Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. We're glad to see everybody this morning, or at least read everybody on the chat down below. Today is Canvas LMS for beginner learners, and we are here for the question, answer, concern type of course session. So as housekeeping always goes, right? As you have questions or concerns about the course today, as you've had a few days to work inside it, go ahead in the chat on the right, bottom, or left, depending on how your screen is set up, and go ahead and start asking questions so Stephanie and I can answer them and explore a little bit more with you, possibly answer questions, guide you a little bit. In the meantime, you see that the attendance form is available and is working. So if you want to wait for some people to start asking questions and fill that in, or wait to the end. And like always, this is recorded so you can go through the YouTube live stream and this session at a later date to refresh your memory or to listen at a later time. Okay, so let's begin a little bit as you guys are getting set up and situated. Miss Stephanie, do you want to go ahead and start with our amazing feedback form and what we've learned through this course so far and how we can help them in the process as well?
Sure. Can you hear me?
We can.
Good morning, guys. Great transition and beginning start of the courses for this summer. Really appreciate you being a part of it, and just want to talk a little bit about some of the improvements that can be done through our workshops, or that we can improve our workshops based on the staff evaluation forms that have been submitted, because some people have actually completed the course and received their certificate as well as their badge. So yay, you guys. One of the things that I wanted to touch on, I'm not going to touch on everything, but one of the things I want to touch on is there was a question about advanced being offered before intermediate. I did respond to this on our first orientation session at the end, because that question was asked as well. Whenever we put the courses together, we actually looked at advanced. It's kind of like a total separate course, which means even though it's advanced, it is totally a course that can be done on its own. So with that being said, it wasn't a connection totally with intermediate. So with that being said, someone could just technically do the advanced course and be okay. Also want to add that these course requirements, things are not due until August 15th. So if you feel like you need to do intermediate before you do advanced, then just leave advanced there for now. And when the intermediate begins, you can do that course and then turn around and do the advanced. So totally up to you, but just understand that we're working with badging and things like that is technically across the course, and it's not in a linear proportion with what we're doing. The other thing is providing some of you talked about being able to print directions, being able to print a cheat sheet. Actually, those Google Docs that are created before you start your assignment under each module technically are your cheat sheets. So if you wanted to actually copy and paste those into a Google Doc, you technically have that capability, but that is your kind of cheat sheet for you. Some people talked about printing capability of some things. Remember, we are doing remote learning. So we are trying to prepare you for the possibility of being remote this fall. And if that's the case, then we're not going to have those capabilities, or many of your students will not have the capabilities of printing. Couple of things as far as emails. Did receive some emails of people who had completed the course and actually didn't receive a certificate. So when we go in and look, the actual issue is the assignments themselves have not been completed. Even with your videos, we ask you to provide some type of comment and feedback. And Lisa will talk about that a little bit later. But we did ask you to submit something under each area. That way you're receiving your credit for your 10 hours of work to receive that one CEU credit. Pretty much that's all, other than a lot of it was enlarging the videos to be able to see things a little bit larger. So if you're not doing full screen, make sure that you do have that capability to view that, but we are taking that in consideration. We do have videos already prepared for some of the other courses. So in future reference, it's always good for us to self-reflect on this and see how we can change to better benefit you guys and the students of PSRC. Another thing about, and then I'm gonna hush, is there being some question about responding to the questions and the answer the assignments inside of the course. So I'm gonna let Lisa talk about a couple of things, and we're going to move into some of the questions that are actually in the chat.
So thank you guys very much for going ahead and starting to submit some of your questions. Stephanie, I can read them out to you in just a little bit after I cover some things here, and then we can go ahead and answer them. I've copied and pasted them into a Google Doc so we don't lose anybody as they're asking questions. Let's talk about, as we proceed into future courses, the process that we go through is that you receive an orientation email that will give you the links to the YouTube or the Google Meets for that Monday, Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday. Those meets are going to be found in the announcement areas as well as the attendance form. So if in fact you get lost through the shuffle of things, at least you know where certain things are now that you have a little bit of a bird's eye view of how Canvas and a course actually goes. So at the top, it has recent announcements where our announcements are for this course. But the second, underneath the word home, underneath there is announcements, and that should be visible to you as our student. But as you move forward to teaching students yourself, that announcement area is going to be visible. So inside announcements, we have the capability to edit it. You have the capability of putting instructions, verbiage, whatever you want the student, or for instance, you guys, what you want to be known. And then we have a hyperlink to that attendance area. Now, someone in our questions over here asked how to go about finding the announcement area. So here it is, as well as where to find the attendance form, which makes it a little easier as well. Someone did ask inside the announcements, can we link it to Remind? In the sense of linking something to Remind directly, no, it doesn't have that capability. However, you can put your link from the Remind app into the announcement inside Canvas. And I hope that helps you out just a little bit. When you're in announcements, if you can click on one of those, Cole, and go into the edit mode of it. So right now you're seeing the view as a student. So just like we have that link that says attendance for Canvas LMS beginner, you can have a link to your Remind there as well. So if you would hover over the link chain that's underneath the U for underline, if you would just hover over there, Cole, that would show where you can then insert a link, which would then connect to your Remind based on the class link that you have set up. Now, keep in mind, there is communication tools that I hope some of you have signed up for, and we can go through that also in that course later on in the summer.
The question was asked about the PSRC template has grades 4 through 12. Will third grade use the same template? Whenever we started training for Canvas 2 years ago, our plan was to push that to grades 4 through 12. However, since remote learning has taken place through the COVID-19, the district has decided that push for Canvas will move to third grade. So yes, that template will be the same. We have to go in and do work as far as changing that title, but yes, the actual template will be the same for all grade levels. Good question.
Miss Christina Pearson, if you would refresh your page, your attendance should actually work.
The green check represents that assignment itself would have to be graded. As long as you have the word submitted at the top and you have a date there, that's all you're concerned with, is that you submitted it, because we'll have to go in and do the grading portion of those particular assignments for that check to appear.
The next question on your list is, how can I delete or edit a course that I labeled wrong? So inside here, if you go to Dashboard, so as you click on Dashboard, come out of Student View Poll. There you go. So if you find that you have mislabeled a course, or if you would like to just get rid of a course that's sitting there, you have options. One, you can archive it, so it just disappears, but you don't lose anything. But if you truly want to trash a course, if you would go into any of those courses, Cole, I'll just show them where settings is.
I think that he's still on student view, so.
It will just take a second. So if we're in the course, and if you scroll down to the bottom and you click on the word settings. Now, currently for where you are a student in our course. So you need to make sure you go into Dashboard first so you see all of your courses you're a teacher of record for. Inside here, you can then see where it says name in the middle, Intro to Digital Teaching. That's where you have the capability to change the course title if you just want to change it. But as you scroll down, you should have the capability to remove the course. And I don't know if his screen is big enough to see the gray buttons on the side. Yep, there it is. Keep going. There should be delete this course. So the toolbar that Cole is hovering over at that time, because our screens are a little on the smaller side currently, this little section, if it's in full screen view, will be on the right-hand side. Otherwise, if you're working on a screen that is smaller, know that you can go down to the bottom to delete this course. Okay, next question. We can go back to inside our course, Cole.
Yes, modules and tutorial videos will stay posted. You can continue to be inside of this course. We are not going to take you out of the course. You will have complete access to everything that's inside of this course.
Next area, or next question.
Yes, the assignments, our goal or outlook, our vision for you creating the manual course is for you to have a sandbox area for you to utilize, put everything in, work inside of that actual manual course, and then push everything to your PowerSchool courses. So whenever right now, PowerSchool and Canvas are linked, but they are connected with last year's courses. So once those are pushed in during the summer, you will have the capability of taking that manual course, which you'll learn how to do in a later course, and you'll actually be able to import all of that stuff into your PowerSchool courses. So the actual intent for the manual course was for you to go ahead and start designing what you want your course to look like for the fall.
Another question is, will these videos be able to be accessed during the school year? Yes, this course is completely yours. You will have access to it unless you choose to unenroll or for some reason it is archived. So yes, you will have all the videos, all the modules, all the assignments accessible for you. Another question, how can we copy this sample course to an actual course we will be teaching in the fall? As you proceed through either intermediate or advanced, those questions will be answered inside there. If that is of interest to you at this moment, something you want to learn, email me, Stephanie or Cole, and we can add you to either the intermediate course or the advanced course. Is there a way to go back to sections? Okay, here's a great question. Is there a way to go back to a section after submitting an assignment without going all the way back to the beginning of the course? So if in fact you submitted something in an assignment, yes, you have to go back to that assignment, but you can click the button resubmit. It will take it back. You can fix or edit anything you choose and resubmit it again.
Yes, students can use, the question was asked, can students use the Canvas app? Yes, students do have a Canvas app. That is actually in the course for communication tools. So if you are enrolled in that, you'll actually be able to see the parent or actually have some activities and some information about the parent app, the teacher app, as well as the student app.
Another question here is the one you created can be our master. Does everything on it, or I do everything on it. Will I be able to copy it to my real classes later? Right now we're in summer mode and Canvas and PowerSchool integration is not complete. Well, we're finishing the 2019-2020 school year. So once your data manager and the PowerSchool team reschedule everybody for the 2020-2021, then your PowerSchool courses for the upcoming school year will populate. And then yes, in the Canvas Intermediate and Canvas Advanced, we do touch on how to make that happen come the fall. So yes, everything that you utilize and do inside this manually created course for your content area that you're planning on teaching moving forward, this would be ideal for when once PowerSchool populates your courses, then yes, you would be able to push your content in there. Another question, oh, go ahead, Stephanie.
The question about resubmitting assignment is always showing at the top. Is that normal? Yes, that is normal if you have submitted. That gives you the capability of resubmitting something. And that's really what you want to see at the top of your area instead of submit assignment. Because if you feel like you've submitted an assignment, then you should see resubmit. That's a good indication that you have submitted your assignment already.
Another question, it concerns EC and resource. What if I am not the teacher of record and will I be able to be the teacher of record? So depending on your school and how your data manager and principal schedule EC and resource, it depends upon whether you're the teacher of record. However, if you're talking to your teachers in your team, whether it's grade level or content area, you have that capability under the word people inside the course or their course, and you can be added as a teacher inside your Canvas course so that you, the EC person or the resource person, and the regular ed teacher or self-contained teacher, whatever it is, can work side by side to service all students in that course.
There's a couple of questions related to if you did not sign up for intermediate or advanced, do you still have the ability to do that? If someone, and I'm going to answer it this way, if someone was not registered by the deadline, we are not allowing them to register at this point because it takes a lot to get prepared for these sessions, and we would have to redo a lot of stuff. That's why we had to cut the deadline. However, if you were registered for the beginner course and you would like to take intermediate or advanced, then if you will shoot us an email, we will add you to that course. And I know I will add you to the course because some people may have felt that, okay, I'm a beginner learner, maybe I should take beginner and just be good. Some people may have felt that they knew the basics and just needed to sign up for intermediate. So therefore, if you feel like you need to take the other two courses, and I would highly suggest that you do take intermediate if you took beginner, then yes, you can contact us and we'll take care of it for you.
Cole, if you don't mind, I would love if you can share your screen again and show module 1. I would like to answer the question that says, for each section, do we need to submit a message before the module is complete? So when you're inside your course and we go to modules on the left-hand side, the blue buttons, inside your coursework, for instance, the video, inside the video, if you'll click there, so on the video assignment that is there, the first one, or we'll just hop to the assignment, no worries. Oh, there's video. A lot of us jump right to the video link. And when we jump to the video link, we listen to it, we rewind, fast forward, make sure we got it all. But on the bottom, it says, please comment and give feedback on your process in the text entry provided. The purpose of that is so that we get feedback and generic feedback from all of you on how it went. Too slow, too fast. A lot of some great comments from a lot of you were, the videos are a little small and could you zoom in? And that is a great feedback tool for me, Cole, and Stephanie as we move forward throughout the summer and then forthcoming stuff coming out in the fall. But that also then makes it where when you give us that feedback and you hit the submit button, that you don't have to worry about missing a submitted assignment because now this is completely finished. So now if you went back to modules and you jump to the next assignment that is there, there's the text entry. And it's just, it can be a one-liner, it can be a paragraph, totally up to you. But in the modules that we have next, the Google Doc that is there is really a Google Doc for to tuck it away, to put it where you need it. So here is the Google Doc directions, which for the assignment itself, taking a screenshot, we left helpful links for you because everybody has different devices. Every school mandates something different. So those screenshots are there and those instructions are there for you to be able to be successful in completing your work. And then in the Google Doc assignment, either one, whether it's the importing PSRC's template, there's those helpful links. So whether you're on a Mac, a device, Chromebook, Windows machine, anything, it is there. Cole, can you click on the Google Doc itself for the second assignment that's in that module? There it is. the Creating a Manual Course Google Doc, or that one. So in this one, this is like that cheat sheet that everyone was asking for. So some of this here, you can copy and paste it. You can put it into a Google Doc so it's in your drive. But look at the bottom again. Please comment and give feedback on your process in the text entry provided. That's there to say, thanks so much. It's there in case something is broken and not working. Something is there so that we get the feedback in case something is missed. Thanks, Cole.
I'm looking at my phone over beside of me, and I see some emails coming in. So very impressed that some of you are going to join us for the next courses. So you should get an email response back from us saying you have been registered. Okay, so give us a little bit of time because we do have another call shortly on our other course. But give us a little bit, but we'll try to get you registered for the next one. And we may have to send you some questions about which one you want to choose, okay? Whether it be the one coming up or the later one for intermediate, because we do have 2 sessions. So
another question we have, how about AIG serving K-8? Will I have access for all teachers at the 3 schools I serve? That is a great question. You will have to, for AIG, it's going to depend upon how it is set up. In the county, I know AIG is set out as a pull-out service. So if you are going to create your own AIG course for your students, you can replicate your work into the 3. You would then make, depending on who the grade levels you serve, you are going to be using the people blue words and adding your students to your AIG course that you create. Could that service all 3 schools you are at? Yes. If you have, I'll make it up, if you have 3rd grade AIG or even 5th grade AIG at Carroll Middle, at the Littlefield, maybe those, and say Magnolia, all 3 of those schools for 5th grade. You can use the word people, you can add all your 5th grader students, but that's something you will manually have to do because AIG is a pull-out service, not necessarily a course pushed out from Power School. I hope that made sense.
yes, you can create all the question was asked about if I saved a particular course to go back and play with it to learn better. Is that possible? Sure, you can actually create another course. If you can create as many courses as you want to. So if you want to go in and have one, this is technically your sandbox, but if you need to then do some.
All right, Stephanie's breaking up a little bit, so hopefully she'll be in a better connection in just a few seconds.
I'm going to go ahead and answer this next question. Oh, go ahead, Stephanie. Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry, I'm on the road. But like I was saying, if you have a course that you would like to have as like another sandbox or a practice course where you have the capability of actually working and playing around in it and learning, yes, you sure can do that because you can create as many courses as you want.
Cole, can we go back to showing our teachers here the screenshots and how to download and how to upload it to the text editor so that they understand how that works?
Okay.
While you're getting there, can you hear me, Lisa?
Yes, go ahead, Stephanie.
The question about digital teaching and learning, is this another course or is this what all courses are called? We technically started out being called technology specialist. Well, you know how names change. So now DPI is calling our particular area that we work in digital teaching and learning. So that is the overall umbrella of the where we fit in as far as digital teaching and learning specialist. So yes, that is the overall umbrella of everything that we'll be doing.
Let me
I hope
answer,
that answered your question.
let me answer this one question real quick. Can teachers in our grade level access our courses we create? And in Google Classroom, we were able to use the same materials during remote learning. Miss Rebecca, you would have to add your teachers inside the people area and make sure you select teacher for them to have capabilities inside your course. Go ahead, Cole. This is going to answer the question for submitting screenshots to your coursework.
Okay, for an assignment that requires you to submit a screenshot, we've tried to think of every possible way that you could take a screenshot, and we have them down here under helpful links because we're not sure what device you might be using to complete the course. But I am on a computer, and it's probably going to be the easiest way to do this, or on a computer, or if you're taking the screenshot with a cell phone or some other device, if you can send that image to a computer, you might have an easier time. I honestly haven't looked at how this looks on a mobile device to upload, but I would imagine if it's a file upload that you should be able to browse for the file on the cell phone and select it as well. But I will try to take a look at that for you. But for here, so I'm going to submit assignment. It's going to open up this file upload button down here at the bottom when you go to submit an assignment. And there's a little delay between the live broadcast, and we are all three in three separate locations. I'm kind of running mission control and sharing my screen, so there is a slight delay, and I'm sure you've noticed that as we've been moving around this morning. So we need to choose a file to upload. So you can hit the choose file button. Now, unfortunately, you can't see this just with the way the screen sharing is designed, but my computer has popped up a window where I can browse and choose what file I want to upload. So I'm going to choose a screenshot that I took earlier. So I'm going to choose that file, and now I'm going to give it a few seconds. You'll see where the file name has popped up, where it says no file selected. That will change in just a moment. And you see my file name, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see that. So that's the file name that I took there. And you can attach as many files as you'd like. We're only asking for one screenshot to show, and you should only need one screenshot to show what we're asking. But if you wanted to upload another file, you would simply click the plus button to add another file. We're not going to need that. If you want to, you can put a comment in there as you submit the file. Again, we're not necessarily asking for the comment, but we were asking and requiring for that screenshot. And as you scroll down, you have to hit that blue submit assignment button. So there were comments about how several people were taking the images with their cell phone, emailing the photo to them, to themselves. Save it on your computer, or if it's in your Google Drive, save the image from your Google Drive down to your computer and upload it this way, and that will probably be the easiest way for you to complete this. Yeah, snipping tools is great to take a screenshot. That is in some of the instructions up here on a Windows device.
They do have the capability, Cole, in notes if they're on an iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
If they need to scan documents, they do have that capability of scanning a document in, which also is like taking a picture.
Mm-hmm.
And you have that capability inside of notes. If you'll click on the camera on your iPhone, it'll say scan documents. You can scan what you need, and then right from your phone, you can go ahead and send it to yourself, but you've got to get it to an area to be able to load it into Canvas.
And you'll see as I've submitted the assignment, it tells me down here that my submission was accepted. I can see my submission details, and I can even download the image again if I need to for whatever reason. Again, you should already have the image. And then this is where we now see the resubmit assignment as we pause and let it kind of go to the top for a second.
The question is asked about courses being offered during the school year. Yes, we're looking at offering the courses in the fall. There has been discussion about that. Also, can teachers in the grade level access the courses that we create? I'm thinking, wasn't that one answered?
It was.
And the social studies department, HMH textbooks, we are working with HMH to have an external tool provided. Cole, you want to talk about that part?
I know Andrew Davis is working with HMH to try to get integration into Canvas. The last I heard is my understanding it is an additional cost to the district to get that, so I think they're trying to work out how to cover the funding for that resource. But it is something that they are hopefully going to be able to add, is the HMH integration. It's just an additional cost, and they're trying to figure out the funding for that.
Miss Valinda, she's asking about the intermediate course. It is offered July 14th through the 16th and August 4th through the 6th. And I'll type that in the chat for you. It is offered. Miss Jennifer, will Canvas take place at Google Classroom, or will we be using both? It is grade specific. So pre-K through second grade, based on district decision, is using Google Classroom. And based on district decision, grades 3-12 will be using the Canvas LMS system. Another question, how will we be able to teach students how to use this program remotely? The digital teaching and learning team is working on a few different things at the district level to help parents and students. But if you have not signed up for the communication tools, that might be a useful course for you to sign up for so that you understand the different Canvas apps, Parent Portal, Remind, Class Dojo, Power Teacher Pro, depending on the grade levels that you're in. But there is work being done at the district side with digital teaching and learning to bridge the gap with parents and students, as well as teachers as we move forward based on the governor's phase 2 as of yesterday.
The question about being able to teach students how to use this program remotely, we are in the process of creating more courses that are going to be geared toward other stakeholders other than teachers. We're looking at supporting the parents as well as the students. So there are forthcoming materials, I'll say that, as well as possibly a Google Classroom, possibly Canvas, support them. So it's according on what your area that you're teaching. So if you're teaching Canvas, then yes, there'll be something to support students and parents.
Miss Megan, since I mentioned pre-K, yes, you're going to start to use Google Classroom. Miss Flanagan has more information for you in how that's going to be adapted. But you're asking about the Canvas training in the sense of for Google Classroom. If you would like to sign up for Google Classroom, just email the digital teaching and learning team and we'll get with you. Are there any other questions as we're starting to wrap up before our next session?
I know there are other questions about dates for particular courses.
I've tried to answer those for
Yeah,
them.
and I just want to remind everybody as we publish this information and invite you to the courses, the invite should always go out a couple days before the course begins. So you should always get a reminder that, hey, this course starts soon, within a couple days' notice, as we set everything up and send out the emails with the invitations. And do keep in mind that all these courses are self-paced. So if you missed the opening day, it's not the biggest problem. You just can't participate in these live sessions that are held opening day, but you can go back and watch the videos later. You just won't have the capability to ask questions.
Guys, we're here to support you in any way. We understand that it's frustrating transitioning so quickly as we've had to, and that's why these courses are available. This is new to us as well, with having to work with over 900 and some people. So bear with us and understand that there might be a mistake with a link or something like that. But just like in the classroom, you have to have a plan B, and we will fix and we will work with anything, because most of you know us, and you know that we'll try to, help you any way that we can.
Some people are asking when different courses are being offered. So the communication tools, which I just added in there, is July 21st through the 23rd and August 4th through the 6th. When you email me, Cole, or Stephanie, just let us know which course and which date you would like. I'll put in here your Google Drive and app so that it's easily accessible to know the dates. Thanks, Mr. Goins, for importing those dates right in there for us. If you have no other questions or concerns or comments for us, please remember to fill out that attendance form. It can be found in the announcements section of your Canvas course or the link that has been pushed into this chat feature. There's nothing else. We hope you have a great day. And hopefully, if you have finished, we hope to see you at the next course you may have registered for. If not, we hope you have a great summer.